What is the worst relationship advice you have heard? Sharpie's Scented Soap says, why keep him only for yourself though? Why not let him explore as he pleases? Trust me, he'll appreciate you a lot more if you let him sleep around. My drunk mother piss in the pool says, if my girlfriend's mom told her this I would ask her how the hell I'm supposed to get two different people to like me at once. Sylvanam says, a friend told me this when he asked for advice to his cousin, if she doesn't wanna fuck just put this in her drink on your date night, and proceeded to hand him a fucking pill. My friend was disgusted and told his parents about what his cousin handed him. As far as I know he doesn't hang out with him anymore. Sleepyhollow_101 says, Cosmo ran a shitty article a few years ago about how to get away with cheating on your boyfriend, and even blame him for it, and that was about the worst collection of terrible relationship advice I have ever read in my life. BigRick137 says, to do everything your partner says. Like seriously, my friend thought he had to bend to the very whim of his girlfriend. He now doesn't do that. Thickinkle says, okay, I am perfect for Thisso. I was madly in love with this guy, we were dating. We had gotten a lot more distant. I was complaining to my aunt about it and she said, just threaten him, in a very serious way. She then elaborated on things to do to ruin his life. I did not take her advice. We broke up shortly after and were still best friends. Not your upgreditor says, a kid will solve every problem. TNTY Oshi says, to go nuts on your bachelorette party. Get it all out of your system before you're married and truly committed. Probablymisha says, if he hits you it means he loves you because he's risking going to jail for you. Stay with him. He's the one. Something along those lines. Thanks girl on Dr. Phil. Solid advice, 10 out of 10. Rickrollo23 says, if you do lots of stuff for her she's obligated. A neckbeard I knew. Small John says, my brother once told my female cousin it's important for women to remain mysterious and to try and remain aloof to keep a man's attention, even with small things, like never burping around him. Incogniato Lady says, you should stay and help them, fix them if you really love them. You're a romantic partner, not a therapist. And even if you are a therapist you don't need to fix them, that's unhealthy. A person can only take on so much of that emotional labor before it starts to drag them down too. If your partner won't even try to fix themselves, you are under no obligation to sacrifice your mental health for them. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. Lord Panda says, if he starts acting up, don't say anything but start refusing sex. As if that's gonna help. What the fuck. Crump48 says, the age-old, if you can't handle me at my worst you don't deserve me at my best. Almost sweet on the face of it, but really kinda toxic. Remarkably selfish, self-important the more you think about it. What if your worst is you being manipulative and deceitful? Candelabelin says, well, both my sisters told me that my now boyfriend of a year and 8 months would never respect me or want to be my boyfriend because I slept with him too soon. Blah blah blue blue says, if you don't remove all your pubes, you'll turn him gay. Thanks Mum. Sully 1102 says, I know a woman that was told by her mother on the morning of her wedding, even if you don't want to, have sex when he wants it. When they aren't satisfied is when they start cheating. PM_me_or_nude_body_0 says, no matter how miserable you make each other, stay together for the kids. Everyone I know who has tried this just ended up psychologically harming their children. Berto 3129 says, he isn't proposing fast enough? Fake a pregnancy. That's a yikes from me. Dog Hoobywater says, don't go to bed angry. Sometimes it's better to walk away before the argument can escalate further. Take time to think things through, and recalibrate. _banana_panda_ says, that I was too picky and I wasn't going to be 22 forever so I should settle down with my coworker's weird, racist 40-year-old friend because he had a decent job and paid his bills. Apparently all guys are racists, us women just have to shake our heads when they use the N-word for the umpteenth time. Also, not to toot my own horn, but I was pretty cute at 22, and I'm not bad looking at 30 either, so the idea that I should just be happy that some slob twice my age looked my way was and still is quite confusing. Plus I work and pay my own bills too. Why should this lump of a man get rewarded with a woman half his age for doing something most adults do every day? Anyway, I did not settle, met and married a great guy that not only works but also has a personality and isn't a racist poss. The person that gave me this advice literally hates her husband and complains about him any chance she gets. Eric_Clem says, not to say, I love you early on. It's literally just a way of showing affection and that you care, and I fail to see how it could be harmful. It wasn't for me. Daliagan says, all men cheat. All of them. There's no point in leaving your uncle if the next one is going to cheat anyway. My aunt. I feel bad for her and her whole mentality. There's so many red flags every time I talk to her. Hornblower 2019 says, my dad, what's wrong boy? Me, girlfriend is being a bitch lately, my dad, just slap her around a bit. Brian says, shotgun wedding. My older brother married his girlfriend of 3 months when she got pregnant. She was crazy and a sociopath and he knew it. He didn't want to raise his son as a single dad, even with shared equal custody, so marriage seemed like a better alternative at the time. Seriously, it's not the 1940s anymore. Rubbercheddar says, just dump them, people are far too quick with this one. He doesn't listen when you complain? She always gets upset when you hang out with your friends? Talk to them, they're supposed to be mind readers? Communicate, stop making it a drama. My dick fell off says, that is the wife and mom. My needs, wants, and health do not matter. That the wife should always come in dead last and just be grateful that someone wants her. My dad had a low opinion of women and made certain to make me feel it every day he was alive, and now as an adult who is married it's sometimes very hard to not just slip into that mindset of how very little I matter compared to the rest of my family, and that unless I'm exhausted beyond belief and actively want to die from sheer stress I'm not doing enough for them. MathGeek 314159 says, play hard to get. TX person says, that you're supposed to fight. You're supposed to communicate, compromise, and express your emotions, whether good or bad, and not judge each other. Sometimes this leads to a fight, but it shouldn't be a common thing. Paint Biontager says, bros before hoes and all that, your friends are forever shit. My partners have always cared about me enough to point out shitty friends and make an effort with my friends. My friends are always supportive of my partner even if they don't like them, so long as they treat me right. If my partner needs me when I have plans with my friends, the plans get rearranged, and vice versa, bros and hoes. Emerald Hornado says, oh, I got a doozy. My mother, she's 80, my dad is the only relationship she's ever had in her life, which is still going strong. As far as she's concerned, the only reason any straight relationship ever fails is due to lack of affection on the part of the male partner. A few years ago my marriage was falling apart. For 3 years we'd been arguing all the time, we were both drinking like fish, I had lost interest, she's lost interest, our sex life was on the rocks, I'd finished things a couple of times but each time she begged me to take her back and I acquiesced with conditions, which she never complied with. I suspected she had been unfaithful, I asked if she'd come to relationship counseling, she agreed, but then reneged. I was moving out of the house, I told my mother things probably finishing. She replied, but have you told her that you love her?